So this is going to be a kind of hot mic and difficult video to make. I've recently discovered that I probably have autism, and by probably, I mean if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, do I really need an expert to say, hey, by the way, that's a duck? I'm a hypnotherapist. I've talked to other people. I'm involved with autism groups as of, oh my gosh, has it only been 2 days? Damn, I move fast. That's not even bragging. That's just obsessive focus on improving people's lives. It sounds weird to say that out loud. But at the same time, I'm also very disappointed in my dad and my family. Especially my dad. Some background, he's a brilliant man. He's strong. I mean, physically, he's like, hey, I feel I'm out of shape. I feel like, I don't know, trying the insanity workout. Does it, gets bored, does it again in the same day. He's, you know what? I like figuring out things, and he has the most patents and trade secrets out of anybody in America, save for one CEO who adds his name to all the different patents. So my dad does it himself, and has like 14, 15 plus the secrets he can't say. And the other CEO has over 1,000. That's not really in the race. So he's brilliant. Now, looking at how my family is, I'm a child of trauma. I'm a child of abuse. I have ADHD, and now I find out I have autism. Thanks to the abuse, I also have borderline. Thanks to my mom, I have narcissism, and a lot of things. There was a test that I took at my last job, and it was like, what are your self-saboteurs? I don't want to brag or nothing, but I got a high score. My self-saboteurs are way out there. I got 9s, I got 10s. Most people, their highest one was 7. No. Who stopped at 7? I've got 2 9s and 2 8.8s and then 2 8.6s. It's a lot. So to get to the thing, I was talking to my dad yesterday, and I said, hey, by the way, I have autism. I admit I wanted to point out to him that while I was being hurt as a child by my mom, they were hitting me because I was autistic. They didn't know that. I didn't know that, but they were. So taking a step back from even that, I'm so disappointed in my dad when he says, hey, it could be from a vaccine. You don't know. And that took pause. What the heck is he saying? This man is brilliant. He has invented a mechanical seal for offshore oil rigs that professors at MIT said were impossible. He is brilliant. What do you mean it might be vaccines? So he says, you don't know how things are going to interact with your genetics. It's everything. It can change. I took some cholesterol medicine, and it gave me pre-diabetes feelings in my feet. They started to go numb. Okay. Well, on that note, we should stop taking aspirin because it killed Bruce Lee. Like, I'm not seeing the logical difference here. How is it, if you do this, you might have this. But if you do this, we're going to ignore this. It is the cherry picking that I can't understand, and that bothers me, and what I now know is my autistic brain. Definitely PDD, NOS, if that was existed, so I'm definitely on the spectrum. So I told him, and this is powerful for me, it was very hard, I told him I can't accept that. Show me. Show me the proof. Stop speculating. You're not a speculator. You are a mechanical engineer. Your life is math and tension and building things. He has designed submarine seals. Please, show me. Show me that evidence. Show me, not the evidence, show me the ingredient, the very ingredient that they say is going to cause autism. Okay, yeah, it might happen with different people's genetics. Okay, all right, let's accept that. How does it interact with a person's genetics to change it in such a way that it affects their brain forever? And you know what? Nobody can say this. Nobody understands. What compound, what mechanism, biological mechanism activates that not autistic, autistic? And remember, autism is hereditary. So he comes back and says, you never know what genetic markers that a person might have. Well, then why are we speculating? That means that your argument has devolved to the point of non-existence. We don't know. Oh, he might be allergic and that's why he got autism. He ate dirt, might be why he got autism. He ate a worm, might be because he got autism. Like, where is the basis for this? I can see him and I can see the human emotion of pride just there. And here's the downside, or the scary part. In modern society, it is considered good to have healthy skepticism, which is why it's considered okay to say, well, it might. No. Stop. These phones that we have might work. If a bone is broken and we don't set it, it might heal wrong if it's not in proper position. It will be wrong. It will be these things. It is science. My dad is a scientist. I am a data scientist. Everybody who observes the world is a scientist in some way, but that doesn't mean that we are experts. I'm not an expert in food just because I eat it every day. I'm not an expert in the outdoors if I step outside and go for a walk. You're not an expert in psychology or genetics just because you heard about it. So let's take a step back, and this is going to be a little bit more informative. So I want to talk about the vaccine ingredients that cause autism. The study was a 1998 study that linked measles, mumps, and rubella, MMR, vaccines to the condition. So this is going to be important, specifically MMR. The ingredients have been studied and looked at. So let's go down them. Thimerosal, a mercury-based preservative used in multi-dose vaccine vials to prevent contamination. That makes sense. No link has been shown through thimerosal and autism. And concerns led from its removal to all vaccines by 2001. So we can strongly say it is not thimerosal because it's not existent in vaccines right now. But autism rates continue to rise afterward, disproving the association. Okay. Aluminum, and this is a big one. Aluminum and aluminum nitrate, especially in things like, what do you call them? DODs. Yeah, there it is. I'm pantomime. Gestures are my first language. English is my second. But aluminum, used as an adjuvant to help create a stronger immune response. This makes sense. I'm going to use an analogy and liken it to pepperine. Pepperine, if you take pepperine and turmeric, pepper in general will increase the bioavailability or your body's ability to absorb and use the nutrients, usually vitamins. So, aluminum causing a stronger immune response makes sense. We do that all the time in all other places. A 24 Danish study involving 1.2 million children found no link between aluminum vaccines and increased risk of autism or other chronic conditions. The amount of aluminum vaccines is also significantly lower than what infants are exposed to naturally through diet. Hey, you know those creams you put on your baby? How much aluminum is in that? How much aluminum is in the food? I'm not going to suddenly say, it's aluminum anymore than I'm going to say, it's iron, therefore you shouldn't eat broccoli. Please, show me this. And then take it a step further. Why aren't aluminum and aluminum byproducts causing autism by themselves? Why does it have to be a vaccine? Can you show me why it's reactive this way but not over there? What's the difference? People are going to get aluminum into them. You can get a cut from aluminum and there's going to be trace amounts of aluminum. You can swallow aluminum. I'm not saying you're a goat. I'm not saying it's good. And I don't even know if your body can digest it or absorb aluminum. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there is going to be aluminum present. And not only is there going to be aluminum present, but there's going to be a lot more aluminum present in the day-to-day than it is going to be in a vaccine. And before anybody says, oh, but they're younger, so the vaccines take a larger amount. Okay, but are parents keeping aluminum away from their kids? 24-year Danish study involving 1.2 million children found no link between aluminum vaccines and increased risk of autism or other chronic conditions. I just wanted to repeat that. That's important. The original study, let's see. The original study was very, very weird. Let me see. It was reviewed the safety of 8 vaccines since 2003. I'm on the CDC website right now about autism and vaccines. There's page 2 of 9. Maybe I will share the link over here. But whenever you see, hey, here's a link to that study that the U.S. government, that the CDC is using for, what do you call it, to say that it causes autism, the studies that RFK Jr. is using to say it causes autism, it goes to a 404 page. Well, if we're using the study, why can't I see it? Why can't I see the data set that is supposed to be available? Why can't I see the data? Because if it's so important a study that we are making policy decisions on it, I want to see it. That's it. If we're making policy decisions at the CDC, then I want to see the study that showed that we're on the right path, but we're not. We're not. It makes me very, very disappointed because my dad is a microcosm. He is just one of many. My dad has a master's degree. He was going to quit his job, and the vice president of the multinational corporation flew from France, sat in front of my dad with a blank piece of paper and said, design your position. He is that intelligent. He is that smart. He is that valuable. Why did he stop thinking? When did he stop thinking? I'm just very disappointed. Very, very, very disappointed. And then I have to take a step back. What does this mean for me? What does that mean for you? If my dad, who is so brilliant, so intelligent, is a scientist, is one of the main movers and shakers of R&D for his company, if he can start believing this stuff and not do due diligence, how can I possibly expect anybody else to do that? And then now we're on the slippery slope. If he dismisses the causes, if he points it and blames something else, what about me? What about you? That's not the conversation I'm trying to have. None of us are trying to blame things. We're all just trying to get through the day. You're trying to get through the day. I am. Life is hard. Life is wonderful. Life is hard. But you know what? It's worth it. These arguments, though disappointing, are important. My dad is a role model to me. A role model of habits that I don't want to have. I respect and I love him. I respect and love the hell out of him. I can't agree with him, and I'm sad that he decided to stop thinking and just start reacting. I hope that everybody listening, watching to this, all you AuDHDers, I hope that all of you, I wish you the best. You are not alone. There are others. Rejection sensitive dysphoria is very real. Literally anybody can reach out to me and I will comment them back. I'm trying to pull together several groups and a community of just people who are just open and empathetic. As I said to somebody else, and I know I'm rambling, as I said to somebody else who has RSD and extreme social anxiety, he says, "Hey, can I share this info?" And I said, "Yeah, you can share that info. Actually, feel free to share any information that you and I have in our conversations. I'm taking responsibility. If there is something I don't want shared, it is my responsibility to communicate that to you. It is not your responsibility to guess. It is only through this very clear communication of this is what I'm comfortable with, this is what I'm not comfortable with, and alleviating everybody else's worries. You didn't say the wrong thing. Even when you can't speak out loud, it's not quiet up here. If you have a strong accent, there's no accent up here. You're a person. Your thoughts are real. Your feelings are valid. Reach out. Let's be friends."